On Tuesday's broadcast of this week, I made the comment that God is involved and is aware of what's going on in the lives of every individual who lives on this planet. And I said, it's hard for us humans to comprehend that and to grab that idea as reality. What's interesting is that as we have read the scripture this week in Psalms 139, verse number 6, the psalmist says this: "Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is high. I cannot attain into it." Let me just kind of give you an idea of what the psalmist is trying to tell us here. He said that for us to be able to comprehend the fullness of God and all of his ability as being that, I want to use the word person, but it's not to say that he's a person, he's God. But for us to be able to accept that reality that God can be involved in the life of every individual on this planet, it plays with our inability to dissect and to accept these huge numbers, because we're finite people and our perimeters have limitations to them. And we put limitations on everything because as humans, we put numbers on everything. Everything has to have a number in order for us to put it in a nice little category someplace so that we can process it in our own mind and understand it and accept it. So for somebody to say that God does not have a number, the scripture says he does not have the beginning of days, and he does not have the ending of days, and all of a sudden our computer brains just fried. Because we can't accept that because it doesn't have a number to it. And to think that God has the ability to be able to be personally involved with every human being who walks on this planet, again, it's hard for our brains to process that. So, as a result, people get the idea that, well, they're just all alone. And everything that they face in life, they have to face it alone. But Scripture tells us just the opposite of that. And here we've read in Psalms 139 about how that he knows when we rise up in the morning, he knows when we go to bed. He watches over us during the night. I think it's a marvelous thing when you go to bed sometimes. You fall asleep and you've got something in your mind, on your heart that's troubling you. And then you wake up in the morning and your first thought is, there's the answer. There's the answer to this thing that's been troubling me. I have the answer. How did that happen? Well, see, God was involved in your life even when you were sleeping. That's the God that we serve. And yeah, it seems a little hard for us to comprehend it. But the reality is that he knows you and he loves you. It's Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.